they said Trump couldn't get a deal. The tariffs would backfire and we have inflation all around the land. But it didn't work out that way. That was my Mr. Trump. Now he did get the best deal we could from the Europeans who were cheating us for years. You know what tariff means? It means the Europeans, there they are protecting their own industries and we don't protect ours. That's because of the one world government wants it that way. That's right. They're satanic. They want to destroy America from within. But Trumpy's going to stop them because he's Trumpy. Oh, the tariffs are going to work, and all the food prices are going to go down, and the gasoline prices, and we won't be dependent on everything from the red Chinese. It's very confusing when they say reds, because I was thinking of the old-fashioned way. The commies were reds, and we were the red, white, and blue. Now the commies in this country are blue, and the people who are really Americans are red. Twists my brain, and my brain's already twisted. AOC. AOC, who stopped sort of a buildup from one of the techie giants in her neighborhood, stopped in its tracks. So no, they didn't get it. And now she doesn't take care of business in her own district. She's trying to keep the illegals here. Oh, there's my later. Keep the illegals here while they prostitute their own people. They prostitute other people, and they have drug dens all in her district, and she don't give up. You know why? Because she's rich. She talks about herself. She raises millions of dollars. All she has to do is do a few books, and she's wearing that authentic "Don't Eat the Rich" dress. You know what she did with that? She cheated the people. She cheated everybody. But she's a well, I won't do that kind of language, but you know what she is. She's getting all dumpy. I noticed that. I wonder if she's expecting. Because she's got the little belly, and her boobs have gotten 3 times bigger, and she's overall a little stocky. Is she just eating a little too many, refried beans in her friend's house? I don't know. Her boyfriend's an Irish kid. An Irish kid. She may be having a little too much mashed potatoes and corned beef. I don't know. They say that means she's not racist. No, no, the better the torture me in. That's what it is about. Can you imagine, she's a good looking babe, but that voice will cut butter. I don't mean in a good way. No, she's the whole thing, and she gives an attitude. When her people in there, she gives this little ghetto attitude. But she's not from the ghetto. She's actually from the suburbs. Keeps on calling her a Bronx girl, the tough Bronx girl, who's going to eat Mr. Trump alive. Mr. Trump has been shot at. I remember she was when those brave guys came on January 6th. She was hiding in a room, like, oh my goodness, they go hide me. She wasn't a little tough Bronx girl. She was a little scared kid from the suburbs. It's all phony. Her and that other the young I can't even remember her name. She's pretend ghetto too. Or what's her name? What's from Texas? Oh my God, it's nothing worse than a pretend ghetto. You're authentic because you curse a lot and you talk in a jazzy way. La bolsa. Israel has gotten a big decision. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna deport all those guys who demonstrate and go against the United States and burn our flag. That's what we're gonna do. Because we're not saying this. With the hummus, and I mean the delicious food. They uh they basically taking the people and holding them hostage. You know, they're the evilest organization in the world today. And that take it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm being invaded by a Dominican. The Dominican menace. Oh my goodness. I'm doing my initiative video. Ha ha. They're breaking my fourth wall. And I have to keep my fourth wall intact. EU polls bank and you know what's happening? We're giving billions to the Ukrainians and it's pocketing them some because they're corrupt. Not the Ukrainian people. They're brave and they're fighting a good fight against the Russians. But the government, a lot of crooks. And the comedian. The comedian, he took away the power of the people to investigate corruption. And we're supposed to give them billions of dollars more. And we're stopping doing some aid until they straighten up and fight right. Because that's the weakness of democracies, corruption. It really is. Communists and the Nazis promised no corruption, and superficially they get away with it, but they're more corrupt. Because at least in the democracy, a capitalist democracy, not everything is centralized into a bunch of jerks. It's like little jerks, but not a lot of jerks. Nobody can agree what morality is totally, except for the political correct who intend to undo everything that's good in this United States. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Not in my country, not in the United States of America, not on my watch. Ah, this is all about the what you call it, the Epstein. This Trump didn't release the information. I'll tell you why. He knows that about 100 billionaires and multi-billionaires and famous people were using Epstein's island for their own little Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? He said, well, why don't he release the tickets unless he's on it? No, 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 he's not on it at all. When his plane broke down, he went and he said, hey, Epstein, drive me over today. But he was never on the island. Never on the island. He probably knew rumors, and he actually threw Epstein out of his hotel because Epstein came on a young girl. But those billionaires, they could ruin if they find out and it gets out that half the goddamn billionaires here are doing the hoopy doop with young ladies of underage persuasion, there could be revolution and chaos. And also, he needs them. They can sabotage his whole regime of getting America flying right. So that's why Trump hasn't released it. But now Trumpy, that brilliant man, is going to get him. He's going to get him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's for the partner of this Epstein concubine or his madam. Oh, and you say, whoa, she was his right-hand gal, his girl Friday, and even on Saturday. But let me tell you something. Better to let one bad girl away to go than have a whole bunch of pedophiles doing their thing. A billionaire pedophiles, because they're all Satan worshippers. I saw some of the things in Epstein Island. They're Satan worshippers. That's why they want to bring America down and make one world government where they wouldn't be answerable to nobody. They could do their little handiwork outdoors like everybody else, like their normalcy that they go out with young ladies that are too young or young boys that are too young. Nah, you're not going to get away with it, you bastards. You're like Scientology, only you want to castrate children and force your ideologically craziness on everybody and take over female sports. Hey, look, I'm the first to say that men and women can compete against each other, but the best can. But in a general sense, there are some women who are superior athletes to men and not lippy men. But generally speaking, they're not going to compete, especially in things like swimming and running and pole vaulting and lifting weights. You got the 45-year-old guy going up against a woman because he's got more estrogen. He's a big guy. I didn't know there were so many trannies who were into sports. Let me tell you something. I'm saying tranny. I'm not giving it a dignity to transgender, all that garbage. They're not women. That's it. There's only two genders, man and woman. That's the truth. K-pop flows, press, fuck. Ah, I love it. I love a vindictive man who's on my side. Trump is going to put Oprah and Reverend Al in jail. Because you know what happened? They bought their endorsement, Biden's did. And they said it was out of the kindness of their hearts. No, it was the kindness of the pocketbook. You know what also Oprah did? All that when the half of Hawaii burned down, she bought property there. She's gonna make a killing off the death and mercy of the Hawaiians. Oh my God. You know, oh God. Well, let's see. Justice plans for the Biden. Yeah, they don't realize the Bidens were getting away with bloody murder. There were kickbacks going on, craziness. Yeah, crazy kickbacks. I'm telling you. You got a deal. Yeah, we did it. We got it. Well, next thing we're gonna do with Canada. That Bolshevik cop, AOC, but CI chief had more intel about Hillary. That's who the Russians wanted to be president because she was having mental problems. They'd rather have her, the girl with mental problems. She had a bad temper, she's bipolar. The husband, she has to even look, he looks like the corpse keeper. She has to still look, man, is this guy gonna do the hoopy doop with somebody? Is he gonna stain another dress and stain my presidency? Look at that. That man's a man here. You know he was an Epstein Island. You know that. And she probably was too. Epstein Island. And you're saying, wait. What about the rumors the CIA was behind it? What about the rumors that the Mossad was behind it? I don't know who's behind it, but somebody with deep pockets is behind it. Yeah, deep pockets and big blackmail and the rich. Maybe it's another rich guy who's subsidizing the whole thing. I don't know. I want to know. This is very important to me. We're on the side of the angels, us right wingers. We're in the right way. Let me tell you something. Lionel's left chat. Yeah, Jay Lono. Now I was always I didn't know him that well, but I liked his comedy. He attacked both sides. He didn't play favorites. Now Jay has said, "Hey, Colbert, you're losing money, and it's your flat screen. You're doing half the story, half the joke. It's like setup and no punchline." I'm telling you. Rally but nobody showed up because really, relatively, they don't have that big an audience. Colbert. Oof. He used to be good when he pretended to be a right winger, but when he started being just a shill for the left, he wasn't good. Wasn't funny. It was more annoying and irritating than anything else. Now I'm going to tell you something about Gaza. The only reason people are not eating Gaza is because Thomas is keeping the food away from them. Because Thomas wants to see starvation. Israel, the glorious Israel, is doing everything in its possible ability in the history of warfare. Nobody has tried to protect the civilian population as much as Israel. In World War II, we used to firebomb Germany. And that was women and children and everything else. Yeah, we did that. Now Israel, who is trying their best not to kill civilians, is the villain. Now Hamas is the villain. Hamas started this war, and it's not gonna end well for them. And we've killed almost all their relational but they've almost gotten rid of all their what you call it, their higher echelon and their two echelon. And the more Hamas people you kill, the better off you are. Israelis should hunt these bastards down to all eternity. It's true. It's true. Oh, let me try it. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, yes. Here we go.